Free Fire Society, gathered on the Sacred Pipe Sundance. My spirit name, the name that was given to me by the Creator, Mishomis, the grandfather, Gichimaitu, the Great Spirit, the Nigan, the way we done, or the thunder before the storm. And I like that a lot better than Clyde. You know, there was a time in our history. There was a time in our history when every morning that we got up, we addressed the Creator, Mishomis Gichimaitu. We put out our tobacco and our offerings, and we asked for guidance for that day. There's a time in our history that every time we planted a garden, or we went out to hunt the buffalo, the deer, to tap the maple sugar tree, to harvest the wild rice, to go out and gather the sacred medicine of our Mother Earth, fresh, clear water. There was a song, and there was a prayer for everything that we did. It had nothing to do with religion. It had nothing to do with the church. All those came across that ocean on a boat. But before that, everything that we did was done with a prayer. And I didn't hear that praying here this morning. I didn't hear that cry out for freedom. I didn't hear that cry out for protection. So at this time, I'd like to start by asking Mishomis Gichimaitu, the grandfather, the Great Spirit. He who rises from the east every morning and awakens in everything in its path, gives warmth and life to all things here on Mother Earth. Grandfather, Mishomis Gichimaitu, grandfather, Great Spirit, I ask for your blessings here today for all of my relatives, all of my brothers and sisters, that you guide us, grandfather, in peace as we struggle to obtain those things that for our children and our grandchildren to come to make this place a better place to be. Grandfather, we ask for your blessings here today. Be rich.
Amen.
My brothers and sisters, I'm here today because I know what occupation is all about. I know what occupation is all about because we've been occupied now for over 500 years. I know what it's like to be removed from your homeland. I know what it's like to be removed from your home. Because we have been moved, every tribe in this nation has been moved at one time or another from their homeland, and from their homes, their teepees, their wigwams, and their homes were destroyed and burnt down by the same Calvary that surrounds you here today. I know what it's like. I know what it's like, my brothers and sisters. I know what it's like to go with hunger. I know what it's like to not have a job, to not be able to support and take care of your people. Have you experienced that? Has there been a day when you had no food on your table? Has there been a day when you had no shelter? Has there been a day when you had no job? Has there been a day when you were unable to provide for your children? If you experienced that in your life, you are the new Indians. You are the Indians of today. And this is why you got to stand up like our grandfathers and grandmothers stood up. How they organized to get rid of General George Armstrong Custer and others that occupied our land and stole everything that we had. This is why I am here. I'm here to represent this brother right here. I'm here to represent, that's why I marched yesterday. I had a father like 50,000 other Native people that enlisted in the First World War. Came home with 17 machine gun wounds, gassed and bloated, totally disabled. And it wasn't until 8 years later that the United States government, the Congress of the United States of America, passed the Indian Religious Freedom Act, which allowed us to be Indian people right here in our own country. Ain't that nice? I know what it's like to be punished for praying, for singing, and for dancing. Because in 1890, the United States federal government, religion then was called tradition, and spiritual and traditional ceremonial way of life. And it wasn't until 1978, Washington, all the way from California to Washington, D.C. We were finally able to get the Indian religious freedom act passed. On May